There you go, a simple, hearty meal. So there you have it, a fantastic homemade soup. It's thick, it's creamy. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, a creamy potato and pea soup. This will warm your soul. Just what we need at this time of year. You know, I felt like Al Pacino then on that Bad movie. He's not a bad man. This will warm your soul. Anyway, creamy potato and pea soup. Okay, it's a nice straightforward recipe. We got carrots, onions, celery, garlic, a little bit of fresh rosemary because I just took it out of the garden. You know, it's raining here. Let's make the soup. Come on. On there, a pan. Okay, this is a quick one. In there, a little bit of oil. Get a flame on. Come on. Now you can chuck butter in there if you so wish, and I generally do. But today I had the bottle of olive oil. That'll do. Now they don't have to wait around. We're making a soup. In there with those carrots. A couple of carrots diced up. In there. Some celery. Couple of sticks of celery diced up. A bit of a fridge clear out for this, but you know, this is a base for a fantastic soup. And we want to go in there with those onions. All that lot can cook together. Then we'll clear the space and put some garlic in. Let's get our flavors going, yeah? These are the hard veg. Apart from the potatoes, obviously, but potatoes, when cooked in the soup for 20 minutes, it won't be soft. Still feel like Al Pacino. A little bit of salt in there. Want to draw out that moisture of those onions. Now we're going in with some pepper. A little bit of black pepper in there. Just enough to make you sneeze. Little stir on. Come on, get in some cooking in there. Soften it all up. Take the rawness out of the onions. Nice and straightforward. About 5 minutes. That'll crack it. Now I'm going the optional extra here. I'll rewrite the recipe. I'm on in there with some butter. I don't think there's enough flavour in there, you know, to make this soup. Cook off the garlic and everything. Let's get some butter in there. We're making a soup that we want to eat. That's better. Now it looks like the foundation of a soup. How can you start a soup off with olive oil? Come on. Clear yourself a space and get your garlic in there. A little bit of a tinge on there, look. Stir it all in. Right. We want a little bit of flavour going on in here. A teaspoon of smoked paprika. Let's flavour it up. Some chili flakes. Let's go in there with some oregano. About a teaspoon. Want to go in there with about half a teaspoon of dried thyme. I've got some fresh rosemary out of the garden. Optional if you don't have it, you ain't using it. And we want to be going in there, believe it or not, with some nutmeg. In. Swirly twirly round in there. Let's have all that blooming in there with that veg. And in with your potatoes. Nice little one of those. Now we're not trying to cook the potatoes in any way. We're just stirring it all up, that's all. So nothing's stuck on the bottom. And we're going to go in there with our stock. Veg stock. But if you want to use chicken stock, use chicken stock. There you go. Nice little stir on there, look. Now, we're not covering it. We're going to cook it uncovered for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to chuck those frozen peas in here. There you go. It smells amazing. That's it. Bring it up to the boil. Knock it down to a simmer for 20 minutes. So once you've got it up to boiling, knock it down, simmer for 20 minutes. Within that 20 minutes, keep coming along, giving it a little one of those. Make sure nothing's stuck on the bottom. And then we'll chuck some peas in and our cream. Give it a little blend. There you go. Okay, you want to be chucking your peas in there. Now I can see this, that when we blend this, it's going to be too thick. However, I want a thick soup, but we're going in there a little bit of boiling water because this will be too thick. I know we're adding cream to make it creamy. Now with this type of soup you can make it as watery as you like, but I want a really thick, stick to the ribs, hearty soup. Okay, so I don't want to put too much water in there. I don't want too much fluid. When we add the cream, that's going to give us the creamy moisture with all of this. And what we're going to do as well, we're going to fish out some of these peas. Okay, we're going to take, in fact we'll take a couple of little bits of potato and we'll take some peas out. And that can be our garnish. We'll just put that over the top. It should stand on top of the soup because the soup will be that thick. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking. Okay, get yourself a stick blender or chuck some of that in a blender, blend it up. We want it back in here. Stick blender works perfect for this. We're not even going to turn it off, look. That will do it. Just give that a stir through and we've got this fantastic, thick, stick to the ribs type soup. A bit like split pea soup. Come on. Look at that. Bits of veggies in there. Nice and steady. Bring it all together. Now we've liquidized it. Now you can give it a taste testing for seasoning. And we want to be swirling in there a little bit of cream, about 120 mils, thereabouts, somewhere around about there. Bring that in, and we now got this lovely creamy potato and pea soup. Now I like it like that, but we better stir it all the way in. Just warming it through gently. Look at that. That is a fantastic pan full of goodness right there. And I can tell you the potatoes act as a thickener, and this will taste of peas, even though it's got carrot and celery in. The carrot is there for the sweetness with the onions. Celery is fantastic bit of goodness in there. Always bits of celery in soup, you know, homemade soup. But this is definitely a lovely sweet pea flavour. There you go, that is a cracking one for any day, but any winter's day. That is so easy. Let's serve that up, come on. Oh yeah, come on. On there, a few of those potatoes. We want to show it off, don't we? If they sink in, so be it. On there, a few peas. There you go, a simple, hearty meal. So there you have it, a fantastic homemade soup. It's thick, it's creamy. What does it taste like? Come on. That is fabulous. Come on. Oh, it's sweet. But obviously there's no sugar or nothing in there. It's naturally sweet. It's got a little underlying warm in there from those chili flakes. Now it doesn't taste of chili. It's not chili hot. It's just a warmth. Oh. The spices work so well. The paprika, the chili, the nutmeg, a little bit of salt and pepper. It's perfectly balanced, nice and thick from the potatoes, and it's got that pea flavour. That is incredible. So as far as liquidizing, you know, this is just the right consistency. It's got all those lumps in there. Look, it's creamy, it's thick, it's rib sticking. It's going to stick to your ribs. So that is creamy potato and pea soup. And this will definitely warm your soul. Look at that. There you go. If you like what we're doing, that is a really simple, hearty meal on the table. Easy. If you do like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up. Come on. Like and subscribe. Catch you in the next video.